Hello listeners, this week you're in for a special one because we're reviewing two films today. I saw the Jonas Brothers last night in London at the O2, so of course the films we're reviewing this week are Camp Rock 1 and 2. So it's going to be a great episode this week. Just stay tuned and you'll hear all about it. I'll probably sing the songs as well, so if you're a fan of the Jonas Brothers or a fan of this podcast, and ideally both, then stay tuned.
This is a sing-along episode special of Movie On Up, where we'll be playing the songs, singing, and we really hope that you get the lyrics up too and join in the fun.
Otherwise, we won't do this again. If you're not gonna play along, then it's your own time you're wasting.
Hello and welcome to episode 32 of Movie On Up with your hosts, me, Alfie Walker.
And me, Adam Barlow. We've got... we lied. Okay, we're going to be honest. We lied. We're not doing the Camp Rock films. We're doing Lee and we're doing The Critic. So, kind of similar films.
Yeah, really similar.
Not really.
If you want the Jonas Brothers sing-along, you can find that on our Patreon. For just £5 a month, you can... get all the extra Movie On Up. It's great. Honestly, I really suggest
that. And the aforementioned nudes from last week as well.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, you've got our dick
get
pics, you've got us singing. Next thing, we'll post our IDs up there. We might as well give you everything.
Yeah. Bank details, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Mother's maiden name. First dog's name.
First name of the pet. Yeah.
School you went to. All of those kind of things.
Favourite artist.
Favourite character from a TV show.
Favourite film. I hate when people ask me what's your favourite film. That was I was going through some Instagram posts earlier today, and it's that time of the year where uni's starting back. Not that it has any relevance to us anymore, but I've seen lots of posts with them announcing their new committee, right? And one of them was for the Film Society at BU, and the question was, what's your favourite film? Now, I would have thought, being part of a film society, you'd know that that's an impossible question to ask.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
So I don't know why you'd go there. But, yeah. I mean, if you had to, right now, say what's your favourite film?
Well, I'd like to invite you to our website, movieonup.com, where I've literally put what my favourite film and your favourite film is, Adam.
Oh. Wait, what have you put for me? Have you put Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, that's probably about right.
We were just trying to fill some text box, so I was like, what could I do? Adam's favourite film is Jurassic Park.
That's how every great website gets made, by the way. Just to fucking fill this bloody word count.
Literally.
Fill it with that Latin text placeholder. Yeah, that you know when it like waffles and you're just like, yeah. It just says stuff like Los Angeles and stuff. I mean, that's not Latin, but you get the idea.
Like Adam's.
Anyway, this
that
week
was a tangent, wasn't it?
This week,
Adam is reviewing Lee, which I have no clue what that's about, so I'm looking forward to this, and the new Ian McKellen film, The Critic, which also heard mixed things about. We've also got a sound game, similar to what Adam did a couple of weeks ago, where I will be playing some sounds for him and he'll have to guess the film and maybe even the actors. And then I think we're also going to stop off at Kane's Corner.
Fly, you fools, to the cinema to see the new film starring Mr. Ian McKellen.
Sir Ian, to you, thank you very much.
Sir Ian McKellen, you're quite right. Just a quick aside, when he did that fall off the stage, I'm sure we mentioned it, but he was on This Morning last week, I think it was, and what I love about him is he keeps saying, yes, well, the only reason I survived the fall is because of the rather large fat suit that I was wearing. And you could tell all the presenters get a bit tense when he says the word fat, because he probably can't say that. And he himself kind of knows that you probably shouldn't, but he's like, well, the fat suit, whenever I next fall, I'll be sure to be wearing a fat suit. Okay.
He just really emphasise it. I look like one of those humongous fat people.
You see the whale? I look like him.
Remember that show?
Is that how Ian McKellen sounds?
No, he doesn't sound anything like this. He can't go on the A-list star list, can
I
he?
sound a bit more like Patrick Stewart, don't I? Logan X-Men. What is that voice? What am I doing there? Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's what it is. Nobody cared who I was till I put on the mask. Oh, yeah, what's the next party genius plan? Crushing this plane. Anyway.
Very good.
The Critic. It's time to be a critic ourselves.
Oh.
It just lends itself to these great podcast setups, doesn't it? But it stars Ian McKellen. It also stars Gemma Arterton, Ben Barnes, Mark Strong, who is very charismatic, very amiable in this film, actually. Really liked him. Alfred Enoch was a standout, I've got to say. Leslie Manville in it as well, only for a little bit, but she's always lovely. Mrs. Harris goes to Paris. That was it.
Paris.
Yeah. Leslie Manville.
Is that who that was?
Do you remember we loved that film? Yeah. Leslie Manville.
No
it was,
way.
She's in The Crown as well.
I've only just realised that. Yeah, because she plays Princess Margaret in the Crown season 5 and 6. I didn't even click that that's her, and Mrs. Harris goes and buys a Toyota Yaris. Wow.
Mrs. Harris.
Go on. On the spot. Go on. Think of one.
Yaris. I can't think of anything. We are brilliant at podcasting. It's just it's so off the cuff. It's just sing it. It's absolutely fine.
Take it away, Adam.
Critic.
Tell me about basically.
Critic. So the plot is Ian McKellen is the titular critic called
Gandalf.
Gandalf. Yeah, called Gandalf. That's it. Yeah, sorry. I'm so silly. Jimmy Erskine. Who's that? Gandalf is what he's called. And Gandalf is a disgruntled, although fairly celebrated theatre critic for the newspaper that he works at. And it's a grand London establishment, and all the actors take note of what he says, particularly an actress named Nina Land, played by Gemma Arterton. And he, for quite a while now, Mr. Erskine has been basically ripping into this young actress who does, admittedly, in the plays that we see her in, give a fairly wooden performance, if I have to say so myself. But anyway, she gets very caught up in it and self-conscious and starts fumbling her lines, and then eventually goes to visit him, and it's just like, what's the deal? What have you got against me? Why do you hate me? I want nothing more than to impress you. And he gives quite a polite, quite a nice, honest response, and sort of reaffirms his belief in her, that he does really think that she has some talent in her. She just needs to find it, and kind of takes on a more almost like a mentor role for her, which is quite a sweet moment. But that's kind of in the first 30 minutes. It's about an hour and 45, this film. Or is it? Or it might actually be 19 minutes. I think it's an hour and 45. Hour and 41. A bit taller than Tom Cruise, but
just a smidgen.
Not too tall. Not too tall. Yeah. It's Tom Cruise on that box that he famously uses.
One of those little IKEA stools.
Yeah. Really folds neatly underneath your bed and into any crevice that you have in your bathroom, so it doesn't get in the way. It's one of them. Or maybe 2 soup cans that he's holding with strings, and he has to lift them as he walks with his knees.
Potentially
one of those playground.
Potentially Pringle cans. So he's just got that little height advantage.
Big ones or small ones?
Big ones.
Yeah. He's not standing on the Pringles cans. He just sort of puts his feet awkwardly in the Pringles can, and it really gives him terrible pain in the ankles. But at least he's taller than the films.
He's got bunions, Tom Cruise, known for it.
Yes, yeah. Cheese and bunion? No. Right, back to the Critic.
Bunion.
It's quite good.
Cheese and bunions.
Anyway, the old editor of the newspaper passes away. Sorry, what a tonal shift. The guy pops his clogs, and this is a serious review podcast. And basically, Mark Strong comes in as the new editor, right? Sorry, listeners, Alfie's going red. Anyway, Mark Strong is the new editor. He's the son, and he kind of just stands over his dad as he dies and just goes, "You vicious bastard," like that. It's quite cool. We all want to do that, don't we? When someone, I mean, not my dad, but if you were living in the olden times, you would want to stand over your rotten father and go, "Oh, you vicious bastard! Look what you've done, dying now." That sort of, maybe that's just me. Anyway, he takes over and he's trying to weed out basically the old guard, as Ian McKellen's character says. These people that have kind of got their job just through being mates with the editor and being part of this gentleman's country club, and they're all kind of mates and they're just giving each other jobs and being like, "Yeah, oh, you're fine, I'll give you a raise if you want a raise," and kind of clinging on for decades in this position because no one can really rival them. But Mark Strong pretty soon into the film takes him aside and goes, "Look, these reviews that you're writing are too harsh, they're too graphic and just vile towards these young actresses, so just tone it down." And I think this part of the film, that opening first act, is quite fun. It's got really witty, quite fast-paced dialogue. Ian McKellen's narrating it, and you get a really good sense of who this man is and how eloquently he speaks and how deep his passion is for theatre. And I think that's a really great part of the film. And just the fast-paced back and forth between him and Mark Strong is excellent. And I was like, right, I'm on board with this. Where's it going to go? And it's revealed in the trailer that they basically strike up a deal, Ian McKellen's character and Gemma Arterton's character, where for him to keep his job, he writes nice reviews about her, but only if she does something for him. And I won't go into what that is, because it's kind of a spoiler, I suppose. But basically, they end up getting into this sort of quite harsh contract with each other, where she has to go and do these tasks for him, so that he can keep his social status and his job and his money and stuff. So that's where it kind of takes a turn for me, where I'm like, oh, okay, it's kind of switched from being this highfalutin kind of drama comedy to being this more melodramatic, rickety sort of exploration into wealth and status, which I think we've seen quite a lot of recently. It's kind of people cling to power that they don't necessarily have. So I don't know if you saw The Lesson in the end with Richard E. Grant last year, but it's got a similar feel to that, where not that he's stealing work, but he's altering work behind the scenes to make him, just to keep his familiarity with the public and his sort of status of fame, I suppose. And then similarly, she is then, via these favourable reviews, getting more money and getting more opportunities and such. But anyway, it kind of goes on like that for a bit until these deals that they have to keep making goes a bit awry and someone loses their life, and then there's another death later on in the film as well, and I just think it kind of slips into this unbelievable kind of over the top sort of melodrama, which I just don't think was really necessary.
It sounds
it's not
super like
it's in a way
like it goes really off-piste, like to start off in this way and then just go in that direction. It sounds like quite a dramatic shift in tone in the second, third act kind of thing.
I would say it kind of ends on rather a bitter note, where there's not really one character in it at any point that's kind of doing the right thing, and you're sort of meant to almost root for one character, but then they don't have time to redeem themselves, and it's a weird shift that it makes that I don't think works. I think from what I've heard other reviewers say, I'm not alone in that opinion. I think it definitely, as I say, it starts out really strong. The cast is all doing a stellar job. Mark Strong particularly, as I said, was really like a really likable character in this. And again, he's subject in this to some horrible abusive things, and I'm like, oh, like he's the only good character in this, really, that's not after anything. He's just trying to run this newspaper, and he gets driven into the ground, bless him. But yeah, I think as well, I heard this via Mark Kermode's podcast, I think, but they had a script rewrite and reshoots with this because initial test screenings last year at TIFF weren't that positive.
Right.
And if you watch the film, it definitely does feel like that. And hopefully the way I've described it, you can really tell that there's, it just kind of runs off the track a bit. And I think it kind of dragged a little bit, even though it's only an hour and 41. They probably could have shaved off 10 minutes. And ultimately, I don't really know if it's doing anything that new. It kind of harkens back to more, I guess it might be nostalgic because it's quite a, it's a period set piece.
When is it set? Sorry.
And Ian McKellen's great in it, but I don't know if it's specific about it. They're all clickety clacking on typewriters.
Right, okay.
If that helps. It's in the 20th century. But yeah, it's a weird one. If you're a fan of Ian McKellen, I'd say give it a watch because he is he's just having a great time with this sort of devilishly unlikable man that has power that he probably doesn't deserve. But beyond that, I probably wouldn't recommend it that much. I found myself just a bit kind of indifferent to it, really. I think when I checked it just a moment ago, it's on 45% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oosh.
And that kind of makes sense. I think I'm more negative on it than I was positive. So it is one of those movies where if you're not dragged in by the trailer, or if you probably haven't already seen it, you're probably not going to. And if it goes onto streaming and you've right, I've got a quiet Sunday afternoon, then give it a watch. But I think there's better things out there to watch than this.
It just
For
seems,
example, The Lesson.
It just seems like one of those
which has a lot of the same themes.
British films that's just kind of gets lost to the wind almost. Kind of like it was quite well received, I guess. But that one with Olivia Colman, like owning the cinema or whatever, just like these sort of quaint British films that are quite low budget, and they just sort of they come out, don't really make much of a fuss, and then just disappear into nothing, and just sort of are relegated to streaming services.
That's a good point you raise. Empire of Light, right, with Olivia Colman, the Sam Mendes film. It's got very, very similar vibes to that because it's quite. It doesn't break the fourth wall, but it's very self-referential to the Hollywood and to the acting industry, which is, as I say, when it is about that at the first part of the film, I really liked it. But when it's about social plays and about lying and playing a role in society, that's where I'm like, yeah, sure. But when it goes into darker things, like Empire of Light did, it feels a bit messy.
Out of nowhere.
And kind of, it's unexpected, I suppose. So, yeah, not the biggest fan of it, if I'm honest. For an actor who's in his twilight years, who's clearly still got a huge amount of talent, he probably should be doing better projects. Or I wish that he was doing better projects than this, because this feels like a film that, it had to be an older actor doing it, but Ian McKellen and his agent could probably pick a better script than this.
Yeah. I think he does quite a lot of theatre, to be honest. He isn't in that much now, is he, movies-wise? But I think he's very, very highly regarded on the West End and stuff.
Great man, though. Really, really interesting person to hear him speak, though. He's very eloquent and, rather like his character, he does a great job of breaking down characters and the films that he's in and perhaps attributing more significance to the critic in interviews than he probably could have, or had any right to. But it's okay if you're an Ian McKellen fan, but beyond that, I probably wouldn't recommend it.
How are we doing, Michael?
I'm doing great, thank you very much. I suppose this is Michael Caine's corner now, is it?
It sure is. You've got your own designated little section going on the podcast.
Yeah, as it bloody well should be. I mean, bloody cosy over here as well.
What are your opinions on Sir Ian McKellen? Have you ever worked with him?
I always thought that he looked great in a bloody fat suit. I've always said that.
True. I heard they're quite good.
I think he's done some of his best work in a fat suit.
I heard they're quite good at stopping you from injuring yourself as well. So
that and a jetpack. Those two things probably tied.
Have you ever worn a fat suit in any of your roles?
Well, listen, I'm a bit like Mr. Christian Bale, who I work with on the Batman movies, where I like to do a lot of body transformations. So sometimes what I do is I have blonde hair, but then as I got older, I really honed my diet in and I had white hair. And the same goes for me wearing glasses. Sometimes I wear them in the characters, and other times I do this thing where I take them off.
It's pretty impressive, Michael. Wow.
They only teach you that at bloody film school.
Are you going to read a passage from your book today for us?
Right. Two of the most star-studded events of my life must have been my 60th and 80th birthday parties. Both shared with my celestial twin. We were born at the same time, on the same day, me in London and him in Chicago, Quincy Jones. For our 60th birthdays in 1993, we took over a club on Beverly Drive, and it was wonderful to see so many family and friends from past and present all gathered together. From John Barry and Sidney Fury of the Ipcress File days to Oprah Winfrey and Jack Nicholson, who played the Joker in that other Batman movie. The highlight of the night, though, was rapping with iced tea. I thought I was actually pretty good. And to hear about my 80th birthday, I'm going to keep you on tenterhooks, listeners. That's for another day.
Ooh, love it, Michael. Rapping with iced tea.
Yeah, it was Lipton.
So, Adam's got another review for us today. I have been lacking for sure, but don't worry, Adam's made up for it by watching two films. You are reviewing for us now Lee, is that right, Adam?
Yes, it is. Lee. So you said you don't know what this film is. Well, that's not very good, Alfred, because you've just done a journalism degree. And this is about one of the most famousest journalists of all time. Called
Michael Parkinson.
Elizabeth Lee Miller. Called Michael Parkinson. Called Conan O'Brien. No, it's about Lee Miller, who started out as a Vogue model. Was it Vogue? Yeah, a Vogue. Yeah, Vogue model. Sort of in the golden age, the golden years between World War One and World War Two. And by the time World War Two comes around, and they kind of see Hitler is making these moves, and he overnight has sort of become the most powerful man in Europe. She decides, right, I'm not getting hired like I once was when I was younger. I need to go out there and do something about this because I'm a good photographer, and I need to report back and use the platform that I've got with Vogue and this newspaper in London and try and inform the public about what's going on. So it follows her kind of transition from being this kind of happy-go-lucky, very empowered woman to being this lady who really defined war photography and war reporting, I suppose, particularly of the Holocaust. So it uses real images and kind of recreates images that she took, most of which I didn't even know were attributed to her. Like there's a really famous one of her in Hitler's bathroom, naked in his bath, and she's rubbed her shoes on his white like carpet, I guess, and it's like the ash and dirt from a concentration camp that she'd visited, I believe. But it's got a picture of Hitler in the background, and it was I think the day that he committed suicide. So it's like a whole, like a real mind-blowing piece of history. It's so surreal that happened, and she didn't know that was going to be the case. I think just some of the soldiers were there and like helping themselves to his drinks and cigars and stuff, using his bathroom. And it's one of the best scenes in the film, actually, where you kind of see the look on her face and her companion that she's with, just in complete disgust and total disbelief that these soldiers have been so nonchalant about it, or where they've probably not seen or not heard properly what the Holocaust is, because it was kept under wraps for even some time after the war had finished. But these images that they'd seen have just affected them so much that they can't quite relax. As I don't think anyone probably could if they were in Hitler's house. But anyway, that's one of the best scenes in the film. But it stars Kate Winslet, who listeners will know from a whole host of things. She's been excellent for decades. Starred in Titanic. I was going to say Killers of the Sunflower Moon, not that. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's it. and a whole host of other things. But she's a really acclaimed British actress who's doing a very solid American accent in this, which properly works. And she kind of plays her at two different points in the film as well. So it's sort of framed in a similar way that One Life was framed with Anthony Hopkins, which was also about World War II, which came out in January, which I reviewed on this podcast actually. But it's framed where Josh O'Connor, who is playing a character, I won't reveal who it's meant to be, but he's interviewing her about her memories and kind of pouring these photographs out onto the table and looking at them and trying to work out what kind of lady she is, what kind of woman, has the bravery and the sheer guts to go and take these photos. So as I say, Kate Winslet in there, Josh O'Connor, Andy Samberg is in there in a supporting role in one of his first, if not the first, serious role he's done, because I know him from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, from Hot Rod, and mainly comedy stuff, and he's hilarious. He was in The Lonely Island as well. But that, I think, not to reduce the film from its other merits, but I really think when I think back on this film, I'll remember his role in it, because he is playing a very, very charismatic, again, quite amiable bloke, an American reporter, photographer who goes in to the front line with Lee Miller. And given that Andy Samberg is himself a Jewish actor, there's a line in it towards the third act, sort of the peak of the story, I would say, where he's seen something particularly gruesome to do with the Holocaust, and he breaks down in Lee Miller's arms and just goes, "That's my people, those are my people," or a line similar to that. And you can just see him like really crumble. And I thought it was properly moving. I didn't cry in the film, but I think it's an incredibly striking movie that maybe isn't the most unique biopic of all time. It might not be, massively, remaking the wheel at all. But I thought for what it was, it made a real big impact, and it educated me about this lady who I partially recognised the name, but I couldn't have told you, what her achievements were, and they're quite spectacular. So I mean, if you're a fan of journalism or interested in war photography in any capacity, which is kind of interesting because Civil War came out earlier this year and has a very similar, focus, of course. I think you can watch Civil War and kind of enjoy that for the blockbuster scale that it has, but then go and see Lee. You can see Civil War and Miller as a kind of weird, and Lee rather, as a weird but complementary double bill if you wanted to. And I'd say they're both probably as good as each other. We liked Civil War, I think, more than most people did. But I really recommend Lee. I think it's solid. I love Josh O'Connor ever since I saw him in Challenges. Again, partly why I started watching The Crown. It's odd that there's been so many photography-based films recently. I mean, The Bike Riders was very heavily influenced by photography as well. So there's been a few recently that's quite an interesting point to make, I suppose. But yeah, what do you think of Lee? What do you
what do you make of the two films you've seen this week? Is that the one definitely it sounds like you've preferred? It sounds like it was pretty moving, pretty poignant.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think most people like it from what I've seen, but again, some people are more hung up on the fact that it's not, it's not massively creative in the way it's shot, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Even though it's shot by the cinematographer, I think, who worked with Kate Winslet on Eternal Sunshine. So in a way, you're kind of like, yeah, you'd think a cinematographer would have a more unique way of shooting it and making these images really hit home. Yeah. And I think they do. It's one of those things where they recreate it with the actors in the film, and then at the end, in the credits, they play the solemn music and actually,
right, I see.
Yeah, like fade them in. Which I think works, but I suppose there could have been more of an effort to make in the way of really making those images sort of hit, because you kind of fly through a lot of them fairly quickly, like in the timeline of the movie. But then it's not like I don't want them to slam on the brakes necessarily, because it's images we've already seen before. But I don't know. I think it's a valid point to say that it could have maybe done something a bit different, but for what it is, I think it's very competent and very very moving, as I said, as it is, and wonderfully portrayed by Kate Winslet as well. I think it does a good job as well of making the scenes set back in London and in the editorial room. Again, both very heavily featuring newspapers this week, the films. I think it does a good job of making those scenes still relevant and really have stakes as well, just as much stakes as there are on the battlefield when she's out like dodging bullets. You can kind of tell just the legal and business hurdles that they had to get through just to even get these images printed in a paper and to even write about it, because I think the London Vogue didn't even print the images in the end, but thankfully the American one did, just because of censorship. Like, they didn't want to scar the British public with these horrible images, but it's like, well, yeah, they're horrible, but they happen, so you can't just sweep them under the rug, But as a final note on the film as well, what I particularly liked about it, and what particularly struck me, aside from the Andy Samberg stuff and the images, was the way that it frames the story, which I think kind of is a bit of a gimmick, and it's very similar to One Life as well, if viewers saw that. But I really liked how it says a lot about how photography can affect the photographer just as much as the photographer can kind of make the photo, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It kind of goes both ways. Like, the artist can be influenced by the art and the art's influenced by the artist, and it's a weird dynamic where it like a chicken and the egg sort of scenario, because you kind of see, well, actually through looking at these images, in a weird way you can kind of tell the sort of person that took them, but also the effect that the images had on Miller. It made the rest of her life, she was really a shell of herself and just properly harrowed by everything, and it affected her relationship with her family, and just had a whole like wide-reaching effects from this time she spent in Europe. But I think for that note, that's where I counteract anyone that's saying, oh, well, it's not doing anything amazing. I think that it's understated, but it's definitely there. And I think having seen Civil War and having seen The Bike Riders and One Life, it does feel like it's a triangulation of those films. And it hits and it sits somewhere in the middle. So I think it's doing something different from those films I've mentioned, but even if it isn't as revolutionary to the biopic as Kneecap was.
So we're going to go for a little game now to finish off. Same vein as Adam's the other week. I've got Adam's 6 sounds / quotes / things from movies. And he's going to give it a listen and have a guess what film and potentially what character / actor says it. Ready to take it away, Adam?
I'm ready. I don't know how well I'm going to do at this, but I'm excited.
So I think they're easy. I think you'll be right.
Here's the first one. Fuck's sake.
Go on. What do you think that one is?
That is from The Dark Knight Rises? No, it's from Return of the Jedi.
It's like, what the hell? Yeah, it is Return of the Jedi. Do you know the name of the...
What's her name? Sice...
Yeah, there you go, you got it. Sice Snootles.
Sice Snootles, is it? Yeah.
Do you know the name of the song officially?
No, but does it sound something like... Does it sound something like Jizz? Is that what it is?
No, that's the type. That's the type of music. Song? That's the genre of Star Wars music is jizz, and that song is called Jedi Rocks.
Is it spelled ROX?
No, it's not, but it totally should.
Yeah, not very Star Wars.
Right.
Jedis do rock. Right, clip number 2.
Oh my God. May I be excused, please?
No, we haven't finished lunch.
The lunch is cold. What, you want me just to eat it like nothing's happening?
What else is there to do, darling?
Anything!
Molly! Will you be quiet? Sit down and eat the bloody pie. Just eat it, and shut up! Eat the bloody pie!
How angry he gets.
His performance in that just a couple of lines is phenomenal.
You know, I had no idea what that was when it was like gulping it
That's
and
where
the actor's
they're like
voice at the start doing the
eating
American
the
accent.
pie and pouring the wine, and I think the butler throws up.
Yeah.
Like... But anyway, yeah. What's the film, Adam?
That's from Saltburn.
It sure is.
Oh mate, I've actually not thought about Saltburn for a couple of weeks.
For a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm finally getting over my trauma from that film. Man, what a movie! What a movie!
Yeah.
What a scene! I'd forgotten about that. That's
It's
great.
there's-
Richard E. Grant.
It's a cheap film. I see why people don't like it, but I've got a real soft spot for it. I think it's got some real great performances and cinematography and all the palette of the film. I think it's great. And Richard E. Grant.
You know why? If I'm being honest with myself, why I wasn't a huge fan of it. I think I felt a bit cheated by it. Like, you know, when they have that really lovely heart-to-heart moment on the bridge, and I can't remember the actor's name, but the posh guy is telling him how they've got the tradition where they throw the stones in the water, and it's like a way of, just connecting and stuff. I thought that scene was really beautiful. I was like, that's lovely, and I think the music swells, and it's really sweet, and I think I remember getting quite teary-eyed at it, and then cut to about 10 minutes later, and you hate everyone in that film. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake, like, this isn't nice at all. Yeah, and then it ends with him naked. Oh, I don't know.
You know what I thought?
I'm just jealous of the size of it.
Yeah, right. That's what you're really jealous about there, Adam. Do you know what I thought you were going to say when you said why I don't like the film? Because I really hate women directors.
Yeah. Imagine just getting straight up cancelled.
Take car, go to Mum's, kill Phil, sorry, grab Liz, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over. How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Yeah, boy!
The yeah boy at the end is criminal. That is from Shaun of the Dead, celebrating its 20th anniversary this year, is it?
Yeah,
Or
I believe
25th?
so.
20th?
Yeah, 20th, I believe.
I'm really fond of that film. Do you know, just the other day I was trying to memorise that bit of the film because I was like, that's a great party trick. People will love that. And I realised they probably don't care. So I gave up trying to remember it. But a lot of love for Shaun of the Dead. I think I prefer Hot Fuzz.
Yes.
But
Yeah, same.
again, having said that, I watched Hot Fuzz about a month ago. Just because it was like family film night with my brothers. Guy wasn't interested and left before it started, and then Harvey watched it with me, and I guess it was getting late because I think I put it on at about 10 o'clock. But he didn't laugh at all.
Really?
And we got about an hour in, didn't laugh once, and then like went to bed.
No.
So and after that I was like, oh, I can't really. Yeah, they killed the vibe. But I think it's not as funny as I remember. That might be a hot take, but
No, I think they're more nostalgia.
I didn't laugh out loud.
Yeah, I think it's more.
Yeah,
like...
I kind of like smirk at it. I'm like, that's a great quote, but it's like I'm not like laughing.
Yeah, I'm not riling
just sort
up
of
at them
smiling to
chasing the
myself.
swan, am I? Like, yeah, I'm not like, like, yeah.
Sound number 4.
Yeah. Sure, step aside, kid. We're in a...
Yeah. That is Mike Wazowski in Monsters Inc.
Yeah, it sure is. I
Incredible
thought I got
snow.
to put a famous one in there. One of our favourites. I thought I'll slip that in there.
Man, what a quote. That never fails to make me smile.
Yeah. Sure.
If I achieve nothing. Yeah. Yeah, sure, kid. Next clip.
I don't want to talk to you no more, you empty-headed animal food trough whopper. I fart in your general direction. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
Okay, that is Monty Python. But I'm not. Wait, is it? I'm between two. Is it the waiter from? No, it is. It is the Holy Grail, isn't it?
Yeah, it is the Holy Grail. Yeah, I thought you were going to lose a point there. I thought because you're right, because the waiter is French John Cleese, so you're right. Like, no, you're spot on there. It is when they sail over to France, whatever, and they ride about on their coconuts, and they want to go in the castle.
Yes, is that what they shout up at the wall?
Yeah, he's like, "Can I speak to someone?"
I can't remember. Yeah.
I will say this last one is a very short clip, but
Okay.
and I don't expect you to get it if I'm honest, but you never know, you might surprise me.
Okay. Might have a full house here, but I mean, fingers crossed.
What a perfect spring day. The garden looks absolutely glorious.
It truly does. Juliet, I am so proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
I was like, what the fuck's this? And then I had Michael Caine. I was like, oh, well, it must be a great film. Juliet, I am so proud of you. I don't know. Was he in Romeo and Juliet?
No, he was in the bad, fourth sequel called Sherlock Gnomes from 2019.
Is that from Romeo and Juliet?
It's like the same universe, yeah.
What? I was okay.
Yeah. Honestly,
I forgot there was a sequel to that.
the whole film.
Sherlock Gnomes or something.
The whole film is on YouTube for a start, in 10-minute increments, so you can watch it for free. Second of all, to find a clip of Michael speaking, I had to literally skim through the whole film. And he's in it for maybe
it's not worth it.
20 seconds. That is the longest bit of dialogue
Who
he
does
has.
he play?
It's Juliet's dad. He's just like Father Gnome. And it's the most phoned in performance from an actor I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
There's a
Let me
bit.
try and play that again. Hang on.
He puts no effort into it at all.
What a perfect spring day. The garden looks absolutely glorious.
It truly does. Juliet, I am so proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
He's just like, Juliet, I'm so proud of you. He's put no effort into that.
It's the way you can tell he's in an armchair smoking a cigar. It's like, it truly does. Just kind of getting uncomfortably close to the microphone. Juliet, it truly does.
There's a line.
I'm so proud of you.
There's a line earlier in the film, right, where they're like escaping, and he just goes like, "Come on, everyone, we got to get out of here." And it is, there is no effort put into the acting at all. He clearly just was like, "I need to go to the bathroom."
He definitely, he absolutely does a better performance in A Muppet's Christmas Carol. He doesn't phone it in, and then you hear stuff like that, you're like, Mr. Caine, what are you doing?
It really does. You got a grand total of so you got 5, so you got 10 out of 12 there, Adam. Well done, you.
Nice. What did I miss out on?
Well, I was doing 2 points per thing, and you didn't get. Oh no, you're right. You got 11. You knew it was Michael, didn't you? My God.
I did know it was Michael.
Damn, 11 out of 12. That's pretty good.
I'd know Michael Caine's voice from a mile away.
It truly does.
I'm so proud of you, Adam. Alfie, sorry, just to do me a favour, could you please say, Adam, I'm so proud of you in Michael Caine's voice, just so I can hear it?
Adam, oh, that was not. Adam, I'm so proud of you. Why has he got Australian?
Adam, I'm so proud of you, mate.
Adam, I'm so proud of you.
I truly am.
And I'm
bloody. You'll never guess who I am. I'm bloody Michael Caine.
Why is the actor
Michael Caine?
Why is the actor before Michael like, oh my goodness, the garden is beautiful? Like, she put so much effort in.
It sounds almost like it's Dawn French. Is it the frog from that film? I'm trying to work out.
No, I think it's
Trying to work out who that
Juliet's
is.
mum. We should have a look who the actor is.
Yeah, it definitely sounds familiar.
Sherlock Gnomes.
The garden looks beautiful.
Oh, it's Maggie Smith.
Oh, is it?
Of course it is.
Maggie Smith.
My
Oh
God.
dear. And on that note,
You can visit our website, movieonup.com. You can listen to all of our episodes there, and you can also read a little bit about us, and there's a couple of other little bits and bobs there. Please visit our website. That's brand new. If you want to follow us on social media, both Instagram and TikTok are at movieonup. And if you want to email in, you can email in hello@movieonup.com.
look at that, smashed it. Almost as though you read from a script.
Almost.
Which you didn't. You didn't.
I'm
Almost.
so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you. I truly am.
Batman Begins.
As a final note as well, we forgot to mention this at the top of the episode, but you'll probably hear a lot more about this. London Film Festival. We've managed to snag ourselves some tickets to some of the screenings.
In
just out of
particular,
sheer luck and in particular,
the gala screening of Piece by
of
Piece.
Praise My Face.
I cannot
For those
wait.
uninitiated or for those that have forgotten / don't give a shit, that is the Piece by Piece biopic, the Lego biopic about Pharrell Williams. So we're gonna see. I don't think it's set. It's not properly set in yet. We're gonna see Pharrell Williams.
We also might see like other famous people, because
We might do.
it's a cast is stacked. We could see Daft or Punk, one of the two. I don't know who's turning up. We could see Snoop Dogg. We could see Justin Timberlake. We could
Jay-Z.
Yeah,
is
we
he
could
in it? I
see
don't know.
all different famous American rappers / producers / musicians.
Yeah. We could see Ole Kurt Christensen, founder of the Lego company.
He might be there. Give me a job.
He might also be dead, but I mean, he will be there in spirit. Please welcome to the stage, everybody, at the London Film Festival, Ole Kirk Christensen and Pharrell Williams.
And then
Woo,
Pharrell comes
what?
out and takes off his hat, and Ola is underneath the hat.
That's where you've been, Ole. I was going to say, or he takes off his hat and it's a Lego stud. And he's like, this is why. I was born like this. This is why it's a Lego film. Stop asking me. We're just like, okay.
Also, why isn't it called Brick by Brick?
Yeah, you're so right, yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
give
you're
that
right.
suggestion
Brick,
to
but,
Mr. Williams when we meet him on the red carpet.
yeah, the film doesn't properly come out in cinemas until a couple of weeks after the gala screening. So we will suggest that, I think. And if they change the poster, then it will be our doing.
I really hope he has a giant hat on.
I really do. I hope we all get a free hat and a free Lego figure.
Imagine I want a free Lego figure of Pharrell Williams.
Yeah. Oh, mate. I'm really excited. It's going to be good.
It's
going to be good.
so goofy.
We've also got tickets as well. We've also got tickets for the Daniel Craig film, No Time to Die. No, Queer.
No time.
Which is directed by the guy from Challengers.
Luca
and
Luca Guadagnino.
And also the new Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield film, We Live in Time. So stay tuned for that. There'll be coverage of that. I'm sure we'll do a live episode from London when we go. But lots to look forward to.
Indeed.
That and probably some press screenings that we'll try and get into. But yeah, more updates of that on the socials as and when we get them.
Please follow us. Thank you for listening today. I hope you enjoyed the reviews, the games, and the banter.
The banter. And there was a lot of it this week, so
There was.
thank you for staying with us. If you got this far into the episode, then yeah, money's in the post.
Thank you. Yeah.
We'll be back with another episode very soon. All the best. Lots of love.
If I don't see you through the week,
I'll see you through the bloody window. Yeah, I started watching it, had a breakdown, bon appetit. No, Christ, I just dropped a Fanta. It's a good job that wasn't open, otherwise my laptop would have exploded.